Hi, I'm Tom, welcome back to another classic Quake match retrospective. You guys have been enjoying the classic games, so here's one from the World Cyber Games 2001 upper bracket quarterfinal, Zero4. At this point, kind of on a really hot streak, looking to become the most dominant player in the world in this kind of era, and his opponent is Python. A guy from Australia. Okay, Python's probably Australia's first pro gamer. He comes to some of these international events, and he got a really good reputation in the world for just having a really awesome playstyle, and for really bringing it to some of these really great players like Zero4. So we're gonna see what he can do as we spawn in on ZTN, and this is the weirdest spawn pair. It's the worst spawn pair you can get. Quake Live players, if you played this map in Quake Live, you never see that spawn because they got rid of a lot of that kind of crap. But anyway, it is what it is. Python goes down a frag right at the start in a way that's completely unavoidable. There were 2 machine gun bullets in that fight. Zero4, he can't get mega, you can't just necessarily drop down, but he gets a couple of guns. Python does a good job of coming out aggressive here. He knows he has a weapon advantage, needs to bring that to Zero4 right now, pushes Zero4 back to the outskirts of the map, and Python is going to win himself position, potentially a chance to play for this red armor. He's got to watch out for the rail. I don't think he got a chance to pick up the rail in that. Well, no, he must have just picked it up and gone for tele, right? I think that's what happened. Maybe? Or did he come through from yellow? I'm not totally sure. Python probably has a railgun at this point, and we're going to come into this mega. Zero4 not even looking to drop down for it, and this is a wise decision. You don't want to go down. You don't want to get caught just kind of sitting around at the bottom of the map. And now we're going to see a kind of, the fight starting to come out towards this red armor again. Python, one nice rocket there to tell Zero4 to keep his distance, and this has been really smart play from Python. He got a bad start, he's consolidated his weapon control, he knew what he could get away with, he made a huge push, and now Zero4, he's going to try and make a stand at this mega. He's built up a really, really good armor stack. Any damage he hits to Python here is pretty amazing, because Zero4 looking to back away into this mega. Python, his rockets are fantastic, his dodging there was really good, and hits such a clutch rail to stop Zero4 getting on that mega. Python, he doesn't even look for the spawn frag there. He's going to keep his distance. That's going to mean that Zero4 has a chance to get onto this red. Amazing little rocket up the bum from Python. Really punishing Zero4 here. Is he here to punish the 50 HP? He isn't. And so Zero4 is going to have a bit of a chance here. He has a rail, he needs to collect some more weapons, and Python right now should be sitting, somewhere around here looking to punish Zero4 as he goes for guns. Zero4 goes for this weapon anyway, and Python is there to punish, and, this must have been very exciting back in 2001 to see a player who, I don't think he was unknown at this point, but someone, from Australia, a region that's historically struggled in Quake, really bringing it to kind of, the man. So Python comes through tele, he's aggressive, perhaps too aggressive into the plasma and shotgun combo, you've got to really respect it, and it's a powerful position for Zero4 to play. He does a really good job of making a lot from not having weapons to play with. Python respawning, he's going to have a bit of a weapon advantage. Zero4 trying to use, he's going to have the rocket advantage. Zero4 tries to use the rail advantage. It's a really classic dynamic. Zero4 trying to play a little bit more off of that distance. And that's going to be a really cheeky grenade, gives Zero4 all the information. I'm surprised Zero4 commits so much to this position, but he hits quite a nice little extra bit of damage on the way out. He's going to swing around looking towards this red. Red just sitting up on its spot. Where is Python? Zero4 knows he's there. He's looking for these funny little grenade bouncers. Lovely bit of spam. Really important to control where your opponent can stand here and make that railgun shot harder to hit if you are going to jump across. He's going to swing down, collect yellow, actually push in and make a big play towards Mega. If Mega's up, it should be, right? I don't know where this yellow is either. I think Zero4 thought it would be up as well. That's like why he's here. He's trying to collect something more. And so both players seem to maybe be a little bit unsure about when that mega is. Zero4 has to drop back down for it, but that's okay because he's going to collect everything. Python forced to just look for the little peek shot and then back away, but he doesn't back away. He comes back out. Zero4 swaps to rail. That was a huge opportunity for Python to make rocket damage. He decides to drop instead, and that is just the farm for Zero4. Ties up the game. Really nice play, really nice commitment there. Once Python pushed back out aggressive, even though the weapon swap was a bit awkward, Zero4 realized how he could move to make the most of that. Now, Red and Mega are going to be at a very similar time, so Python could be set up at the bottom of the map here. He needs to watch out for the aggressive drop from Zero4. No railgun on Python to punish this, and I think very wisely, Python just disappears. Python should be stocking up on these yellow armors, building up whatever he can to play defensively, and just starting to build up a bit of a weapon stack as well, making sure that he's ready to play defensive. Really nice drop down rocket there from Zero4. That's devastating for Python. That's going to wipe out the one yellow armor that he had the opportunity to pick up. Zero4 so comfortable here picking up red, and this is a bad time to be Python. You've got to be looking to make this push right now for Zero4. He gets around the corner for free. Great opening, great rockets. Huge punish onto Python's position. You know, Python really has to rely on actually hitting his shots in that situation. He doesn't. Excellent little cheeky, I guess that's a triple back in that situation, out for the shot to punish the pickup of the Mega, but it's not really going to make much of a difference while Zero4 can continue to pick up this red. Looking for Python here, really hungry to catch him out, moving between these positions, these more defensive positions. He's going to catch him here, and this is going to be this commitment again. Python just has to get away through this teleporter, isn't able to do it quick enough. Zero4 cleans up yet another frag and gets the perfect spawn here. Excellent play by Zero4 looking for these spawn frags, straight through the teleporter. He knew where to, you know, put his crosshair. He knew what he was looking for. He's got to be a little bit quick getting across here. Python, I suspect there's going to be a cheeky plasma gun play, and that's exactly what we see. Python spamming like his life depends on it, because it does. Able to back away. Zero4, I don't know exactly what he's looking for there with that spam, but that's okay. It was kind of like a spawn frag angle, but that's fine. Maybe just going on autopilot for a little bit there. Python, wrong weapon out, looking in the completely wrong direction, looking for just kind of the cheesiest little plasma setup possible. Kind of jumps across here with the lightning gun, trying to make damage. He's done a lot of damage. Zero4 should win the fight, but Python, you know, in theory slowed him down. Now, Python's done all this damage, but it's all for nothing if he can't make a stand at this red armor. Python just doesn't have the guns to do it. I guess he used all his lightning gun ammo, maybe? I don't know, that's a bit weird actually. I don't know why he had plasma around there. Maybe just hoping for any random spam he could and then to back away. But anyway, Python, he is going to be on the back foot, but he's equalized things quite a lot. And actually, with this top yellow armor, you know, the important thing here is that Zero4 has the position. So Zero4 standing strong. He's got a little bit before this red comes up. Python could afford to potentially push him a little bit here. Python maybe just playing the bottom of the map, Zero4 coming around, and yeah, wow. Again, this cheeky shot. I don't know if Python realized quite how much he equalized there. He should have been able to pick up enough HP. Comes around the corner. Both players look a little bit surprised here, and the quick draw on the railgun comes out in Python's favor. Zero4 hungry to kind of get this close range encounter. He's feeling good about his rockets, and I think he would love more of these close range fights. Python's done a good job to slow the game down and keep things at a bit more of this distance, because this seems to be where Python, you know, he's got these cheekier angles. He seems to be just hitting the better rails here. Python casually crab walks through there and collects the Mega. That's going to go really well and potentially put him maybe at a slight stack advantage. It's going to be pretty close. It's about, it feels like it's going to be about 200, 100, or 250 maybe to 100, 150. Python set up well around this pillar. This is the kind of fight you want. If you feel like you're going to out-execute your opponent, if you've got stacks close or maybe a small advantage, you can fight around here. Zero4 runs out of rockets, and that's going to be the critical thing that allows Python to push in. Zero4 makes a potentially risky jump across there. Gonna, again, be forced to play slowly back on these yellows. He doesn't want to get stuck in this distance fight. He doesn't have the weapons that he needs, and Python's done an excellent job to come through here to stabilize. Zero4 wants to play on the plasma again. Really intense moment, and it looks like he doesn't pick up the refrag. He must have done so much to Python there. Like, he just commits. He basically says, okay, you know, Python's got some items, but Zero4's not going to let him get comfortable. This is a bit of an awkward situation. Python stuck with the wrong gun out, does go down, but Zero4's pretty weak. He's got to be careful, he's got to watch out. Even a bit of machine gun spam is going to really make life hard for him here. He is going to have a yellow and a 50 HP to stabilize if he wants it. He doesn't even want the 50 HP. This is playing very dangerously. He's going to have to be quiet. He's moving across looking for these sound cues. He has to get out of here. He can't commit to a fight. He just doesn't have the HP. He's got a little bit of armor, but no HP to his name. It's going to make this really tricky, and he doesn't have a lightning gun, and he's run out of rockets again in this same corner. Zero4, huge miscalculation here, and Python is going to capitalize on it, pushing this fight around this pillar again, pushing the issue. And Python's done a really good job. I think this is a good place to set up a fight. I think this is where, Python, he rocket jumps across, but Zero4 swats him out of the air like a fly. But I think committing around this pillar seems to be going well, you know, getting these stacks closer. Now Zero4, off of this frag, he has the weapons he needs, he has the position, he's going to clean up quite a lot of stuff. Python, this is a bit too cheeky, I think. Excellent rocket jump here, very nice movement, very aggressive. Zero4 looking for the sound cue, and he's going to catch him out. Python completely unaware here with his plasma gun out. So Zero4 starting to build a bit of a healthy lead, and you know, this one maybe starting to slip away from Python a little. We're gonna have to see what he can do. Mega up shortly. Zero4 scared of the push, and that's a pretty nice opening. A little bit of tickle damage there for Python. He slips away. Zero4 has time to get around towards this red, and he's actually taking a bit of a slow route. He's making sure that he picks up the rockets. He's learnt his lesson. You make that mistake once, it's annoying. You make that mistake twice, and it almost costs you the game. You don't make it a third time. You don't make it a third time. Zero4, really aggressive movement here, really looking for these positions, and I think actually he either needs to commit to one of these yellows or the other. He doesn't know when this red is. He's lost track of red. Totally lost track of it. He's going to come through, try and catch Python as yellow, yeah. So if Zero4 had set up earlier, if he'd have known more about when that red was, he actually could have set up in time to harass Python at that yellow, potentially deny it. Instead, he's caught coming in late. Python gets a yellow, gets the mega, looks like he headbutts a pineapple there in a pretty bad way. So other than that, that situation was pretty good for Python. That rotation was pretty good, a bit of an error from Zero4. Excellent catch here, Zero4, well set up in position. He knows Python has to cross the map, or at least take a central position if he doesn't want to just roll over and give this game to Zero4. So wonderful to punish, wonderful to punish. Nice little position here. Python's had good setups with the teleporter exits. He rocket jumps up. I think he takes red. I think I need to turn my volume up a little. I'm not hearing these item pickups. And oh, this looks like it's going to be another Zero4 frag, potentially. Python does come through with the LG. Zero4 missing a couple of shots, and maybe uncharacteristically missing a couple of shots here. You know, just nice play, and Python putting the pressure back on Zero4. We've got another 4 minutes in this game before the end, and 2 frags on ZTN. It's not the situation you want to be in. Python, wonderful little plasma climb there, completely dominating the situation against Zero4. Comes in aggressive with the plasma, and Python brings it down to a 1 frag margin. This is game on right now. Zero4, he just has to back away. He doesn't want to get stuck in a railgun duel. He doesn't want to risk that kind of fight right now. He doesn't have the weapons that he needs here. He's got to be careful. He's going to be in prime LG territory. Python, he's got to come through. He can't let Zero4 just sit here for this long. Python, where is he? Completely lets that one slip through his fingers. That gives Zero4 so much room to play with. He's trying to be cheeky, he's trying to get these nice catches, and Python gets what he wants there, but it's not what he needed, right? What he needed was to catch Zero4 in an awkward spot on that item before he had the chance to stack up. Instead, we have much more of a trade of damage than Python wanted. Python now playing on the back foot again. Again, he doesn't want to let this red go without a fight, but Zero4 able to rotate through both items and a yellow, and if he wanted, he could go through tele there, he could power through, and he's going to come up this bounce pad and deny this yellow from Python, or at least make it hard for him. Python caught in the worst spot on the map. Zero4 doesn't even need to push this, he's done enough damage. All he needs is to come out here, pick up the yellow while you're here, sure, but as long as he establishes himself in middle map here, he's primed to take both items again, and with Python with no stack to play with here, Zero4, I thought he was going to go around and look for that yellow, and actually, it looks like he's looking for Python to be on the opposite side to that yellow, because it looks like that was a bit of a mind game from Zero4, potentially. He was looking for Python to be looking for damage onto the yellow instead of take it, which is really cute. It's a really cute little idea. Python has the wrong gun out, looking just for the cheekiest grenade spam possible. Zero4 trips over a grenade, but again, it's not going to matter. The stacks are just too big here. Zero4 spamming like his life depends on it. Bit of a noob rocket jump, but even then, it looks like this might be too far gone. It's only 1 frag. Python can still make it happen, but the stacks are going to be really, really tough here. Python needs a really amazing catch. He needs a great opening rocket. He needs some opening rails, and I'm just not seeing the angles. I'm just not seeing the commitments to any of it, right? He can hope to get a grenade, but a situation like this, a loss of a rail duel like that would just be devastating. Now, Python does win the rail duel, but it's before the pickup of the mega, so Zero4 is going to stack back up pretty comfortably here. A bit of counter grenade spam. Python has a stack to play with. Zero4 doesn't even need to come out here, really. He's gonna potentially look for the angles, and that's perfect. He just needs to keep hitting these shots, keep Python at bay, so that when Python does eventually commit to close this gap, and Python's gonna have to if he doesn't want to give this game away, make sure that those stacks are as favorable to Zero4 as possible. And Zero4's just gone plus back, that's it. He knows that if he holds on to the game, he wins. Python, he's pretty much got to, he's got to do something, right? And Zero4 is just going to hit whatever damage he can. I'm guessing Python, Zero4 might actually look for a confrontation here. Python's just been here. I don't know why Python came up here, right? Like, he went from red to top yellow, but he ignored Mega. And so Zero4 with this Mega, he's in the camp spot. You sit here, you listen, you move back and forward a bit so you can hear your opponent coming wherever they come from. And this is ETN. This is what you do. Python gets a really good opening rocket. This is the fight to decide the game. Python comes in. He's done so well. He gets Zero4 so low, but it's just not enough. One rocket would have done it. This is actually an awkward spawn. Zero4 is going to get really, really low here. Python, he's got to rush him around this corner. He's got to do something. 30 seconds left for Python to make a play to get 2 frags. I guess he's just gotten the lightning gun. And he's got to rush him. He's just got to rush and hope. Zero4 is going to play the teleporter game. This is perfect. This is how you run down the clock on ZTN. He knows that he's won. All he has to do is hit a rocket or 2 when Python tries to close the gap, if Python even finds him. So this looks like Zero4 closing this game out and advancing in the year 2001 to the upper bracket semi-final. But what a fun game, right? What an exciting game. Very dynamic. Lots of really cool moments. Lots of good fights around Pillar. And it's really awesome to see an Australian do well at these events because, you know, it doesn't always happen, right? We don't always see Australia represented particularly well here, but Python, he's a legend. He got a great reputation online. Even to this day, lots of older Quake players, you know, they know Python. They used to share demos of Python around and just get excited by him. Now, Zero4 would go on to win this event overall, beating out Lexa in the grand final. Python, he gets knocked to the lower bracket after this match. He beats a Ukrainian player called James. He loses and gets eliminated in lower bracket round 3 by a German player called Stalem. And I do actually have the demo for that as well somewhere. So maybe if people are Python fans, I can come back and talk more about Python in the future. It'd be great to cover more of his games though, because he is a very exciting player. Maybe it'd be good to do some Australian grand finals. As always, thank you everyone for tuning in. I love talking about these old games. If you have matches you want to see me talk about, if you have recommendations, if you have demos, even of your games, even of lower skilled games, send them to me. I'll have a look at them. I'd love some more stuff to cover, and I'd love to do this with the community. So, thank you all so much, and I'll catch you next time.